firefight with U.S. military helicopters. The tension on the Red Sea, it is red hot right now.
They sunk 3 militants' boats, killing their crew members. It happened in the Red Sea after a container ship issued a distress call saying it was under attack by Iran-backed Houthi militants in 4 boats.
Imagine a merchant ship under siege, waves crashing, gunfire erupting, the crew bracing for the worst. Then, in a blur of rotor blades and precision firepower, everything changes. 2 US Navy Seahawks streak across the horizon, their advanced radar locking onto the threat below. In under 7 minutes, 50 caliber machine guns reduce 3 attacking boats to smoldering wreckage. What began as a desperate defense becomes a masterclass in naval warfare. But this firefight was just the beginning. Because when the smoke cleared, the rules of engagement shifted dramatically. The real escalation was yet to come. The Houthi swarm tactics. The Houthi attack on the Maersk Hangzhou showcased their mastery of Iranian swarm tactics using fast attack boats. These vessels converged at high speed from multiple angles, surrounding the commercial ship with coordinated precision. The attackers followed a proven asymmetric warfare playbook, overwhelmed defenses through speed, numbers, and firepower. Each boat carried heavily armed militants equipped with RPGs, machine guns, and specialized warheads. Starlink terminals gave the Houthis a game-changing advantage, functioning like a live combat navigation app. The system provided real-time updates from coastal spotters and drones, allowing constant course adjustments during the attack. Encrypted communications linked the boats to their command center 120 kilometers inland, creating a level of situational awareness rare among non-state forces. The Maersk Hangzhou's 6 security contractors, armed with rifles and 1 machine gun, established a standard anti-piracy perimeter. While sufficient against typical threats, their defenses crumbled under the Houthis' military-grade assault. RPG teams pinned them down from 200 meters, while machine gunners suppressed any return fire. The attackers executed their formation flawlessly, 1 boat drawing fire from the stern, while 2 others flanked from the sides, with a 4th held in reserve. This classic swarm pattern maximized their firepower while minimizing exposure. But their moment of overconfidence came when 2 MH-60R Seahawks arrived at 0614 local time. Instead of retreating, a Houthi gunner fired at the lead helicopter, missing by just 20 meters. That single, reckless decision transformed the situation. The Navy crews, previously assessing the scene, immediately responded with lethal force. Private maritime security operates under severe limitations against state-backed threats. The Houthis outgunned the contractors nearly 3-1, highlighting the mismatch between commercial security and military-grade opponents. This attack followed Iran's playbook perfectly. Analysts have documented similar 4-boat formations since 2015. What set this apart was the Houthis' tech advantage and their fatal choice to challenge military aircraft, a departure from their usual retreat when coalition forces appear. Seahawks' radar advantage. The MH-60R Seahawks AN/APS 153V radar system proved decisive in detecting the Houthi attack boats, functioning like eyes piercing through a storm. Mounted under the nose, its moving target indicator, MTI mode, distinguished the fast-moving vessels from sea clutter by analyzing Doppler shifts, frequency changes caused by the boat's movement. This filtered out waves and static noise, isolating all 4 targets despite choppy seas and their small radar profiles. Inverse synthetic aperture radar, ISAR, transformed returns into detailed images, measuring minor Doppler shifts as the boats moved relative to the helicopter. These high-resolution renderings confirm the vessels as hostile Bog Hamar-style craft, armed and approaching at 10+ nautical miles. Traditional radar would have provided only speed and heading, but ISAR delivered positive identification, critical when the lead boat opened fire. The Seahawks intercepted at 160 knots, covering 26 nautical miles in under 10 minutes thanks to twin T700 turboshaft engines, 1,900 horsepower each. Despite the speed, radar tracking held steady, updating target positions every 2 seconds. Pilots received continuous locks even as the boats weaved, their tactics no match for the helicopter's precision. Sensor fusion merged radar, electro-optical and infrared data into a unified display, prioritizing threats like the RPG firing boat targeting the Maersk Hangzhou's bridge. This real-time clarity relieved pilots of guesswork during split-second decisions. The system adapted as winds hit 22 knots, its algorithms compensating for worsening waves while electronic support detected Houthi radio chatter. When gunfire shifted toward the Seahawks, the radar instantly updated threat axes, adjusting the GAU-21 machine gun's targeting solution. Range Doppler processing accounted for the helicopter's own maneuvers, ensuring accuracy even during evasive turns. Tracking persisted through chaff and flares until 3 boats showed no movement. Confirmed destroyed. The 4th fled beyond the 25-mile perimeter, its retreat marked until the radar's edge was reached. 7 minutes of gunfire. The engagement erupted at 0640 when Lancer 71 identified Boat 1. The GAU 21.50 cal roared to life. 3 precise bursts, 98 rounds total. First hit struck the stern, puncturing the fuel tank. The second walk burst ignited vapor in the engine compartment. 15 seconds later, secondary explosions tore the hull apart. By 0641, the boat was gone, 45 seconds from first shot to sinking. Lancer 71 shifted to Boat 2 at 0641. This time, controlled fire, 34 rounds surgically placed. 7 armor piercers severed the rudder hydraulics. The boat spiraled helplessly as 21 more rounds punched the waterline. At 0643.50, it capsized, hull glinting in dawn light. Then came the coordinated strike. Both Seahawks hammered Boat 3 at 0643 to 412 rounds in 28 seconds. Crossing fire patterns ripped 7 gaping holes below deck. Infrared showed the bow plunging first, vanishing at 0644.20. 3 boats destroyed in under 4 minutes of gunfire. Boat 4 fled northwest at 0645. The crews tracked it, fingers near triggers, but ROE held them back. At 1,500 meters, the threat faded. Throughout the chaos, countermeasures bloomed, flares and chaff painting the sky between 0641 to 0646. Each deployment timed to mask attack runs, creating 300 cubic meter decoy zones. The GAU-21s proved flawless, 723 rounds fired without a single malfunction. Post-action showed every kill shot precisely placed. Engines disabled, hulls compromised. 7 minutes that felt like 7 heartbeats. Acquisition 0640 to 0641. Destruction 0641 to 0644. Watchful disengagement 0644 to 0647. Decision cycles averaged 22 seconds, sensor feeds and instinct guiding each move. Altitude held steady between 75 to 150 feet, low enough for killing shots, high enough to avoid return fire. Later, the crews would describe it clinically, textbook engagement. But in the moment, adrenaline, focus, and the deafening rhythm of .50 cal justice. The retaliation calculus. The US response to the Houthi attack marked a strategic shift from defensive operations to deliberate retaliation. What happened next redefined the rules of engagement. Within 24 hours, the USS Gravely engaged 3 critical coastal radar sites, Jabal al-Tayr, al-Mocha, and Ras Isa, with its 5-inch naval gun. Firing 92 precision rounds, the strikes degraded Houthi coastal monitoring by 60%. The Mark 45 Mod 4 gun's effectiveness was undeniable. 70-pound projectiles travelling at 2,600 feet per second systematically destroyed radar arrays and operations bunkers. Forward observers corrected fire after every fifth round, ensuring devastating accuracy. 2 days later, the US escalated with airstrikes. 4 Super Hornets launched JSOWs at the Al-Durayhimi missile complex. The 500-pound tandem warheads breached roofs before detonating inside, triggering secondary explosions that destroyed cruise missile components. Human intel confirmed 5 Iranian advisors were killed, a clear message to Tehran. This was no random retaliation, it was a calculated 3-phase response. Phase 1, defending the merchant vessel. Phase 2, coastal strikes 6 hours later. Phase 3, deep strikes 48 hours after that. The US transitioned from defense to dismantling Houthi capabilities. The Houthis' fatal error was attacking US military assets directly. RPGs fired at Seahawks triggered disproportionate response protocols. Previous merchant ship attacks drew limited reactions, but targeting American units crossed a red line. The result? Immediate destruction of radar networks and weapons depots. Electronic warfare played a silent but crucial role. EA-18G Growlers jammed Houthi communications during strikes, preventing early warnings. Their ALQ-99 pods disrupted frequencies across the battlefield, allowing kinetic strikes to proceed unchallenged. Maritime patrols confirmed radar sites remained offline for 14 days. Satellite imagery showed total destruction at Al-Durayhimi. More importantly, the operation set a precedent. Future attacks would now risk immediate retaliation against military infrastructure, not just defensive countermeasures. This shift from reactive to proactive engagement changed Red Sea security forever. Electronic warfare edge. Electronic warfare systems created a protective bubble around the Seahawks during their counterattack. As the MH-60Rs engaged the Houthi boats, EA-18G Growlers deployed an electronic barrier along Yemen's coast using their ALQ-99 jamming pods, essentially high-tech radio scramblers that flooded known Houthi communication frequencies. This digital smokescreen severed links between coastal missile sites and their operators, preventing any coordinated air defenses from threatening the helicopters. The real battle unfolded on 2 fronts: the visible gunfire exchange and this silent electromagnetic struggle. This cooperative engagement system acted like a hive mind, allowing Lancer 72 to maintain track of Boat 3 through smoke by borrowing Lancer 71's radar picture. The MH-60R's onboard defenses worked overtime during the 7-minute firefight. Infrared countermeasures projected decoy heat signatures to mislead shoulder-fired missiles. Post-mission analysis confirmed Houthi radars had painted the helicopters, but jamming prevented any missile launches. Electronic intercepts revealed a critical weakness. The attackers relied on Starlink terminals for coordination. Direction-finding equipment pinpointed their satellite signals, which later guided strikes against a Houthi communications hub. The intercepts also captured panicked radio traffic as the boats were overwhelmed, proof that electronic warfare had shattered their command structure even before the gunfire decided the outcome. This operation showcased modern naval combat's layered approach. While .50 caliber rounds eliminated the immediate threat, spectrum dominance ensured the helicopters could operate freely. Years of training against swarm tanks in exercises like Red Reef paid off. The after-action data, automatically compiled from radars and electronic sensors, would refine tactics for future Red Sea operations. The Red Sea engagement marked a dramatic transformation in naval warfare, from vulnerability to dominance in 72 hours. US forces escalated from helicopter counterattacks to precision strikes on Houthi radar sites and missile depots, setting a new global standard for maritime deterrence. Integrated systems proved decisive. Seahawk radars pierced sea clutter, while Aegis and EW platforms orchestrated surgical retaliation. This isn't just about defense. It's a strategic shift toward preemptively crippling enemy capabilities. As asymmetric threats evolve, such networked responses will redefine future conflicts. For military enthusiasts, this pivotal moment demands reflection. Subscribe now to explore how these advancements reshape global security.